For centuries, an advanced alien species has been the undisputed leader in technological mastery, constantly evolving and refining their capabilities. Their long-awaited crowning achievement has finally arrived, a weapon unlike anything the galaxy has ever seen. Born from their relentless drive for dominance and control, this weapon is the culmination of centuries of research, innovation, and unspeakable power. Designed to be the ultimate force of destruction, this weapon possesses the ability to obliterate entire planets, disintegrate star systems, and bend the very fabric of the galaxy to the will of its creators. The weapon combines the most sophisticated technology, biological manipulation, and energy-based destruction, making it capable of targeting the weaknesses of any life form, whether living, organic beings or artificial, mechanical entities. To the alien species, this is the perfect weapon, a tool so unbeatable, so powerful, that it can reshape the galaxy in their favor. The weapon represents not just the pinnacle of their technological prowess, but also the final step in ensuring their absolute control over the galaxy. They see no opposition, nothing or no one can stand against the ultimate force they've created. In their eyes, no civilization is capable of challenging their rule once the weapon is unleashed. The aliens, now armed with this unmatched power, are confident that they have secured their place as the undisputed masters of the universe. The galaxy is theirs for the taking. Or so they think. With their perfect weapon now in their grasp, the alien species embarks on an ambitious galactic campaign to establish absolute control over the galaxy. Confident in the invincibility of their creation, they devise a calculated plan to assert their dominance and subdue any potential rivals. The weapon, capable of destroying entire worlds, is to be the key to their unquestionable supremacy. The alien leaders target neighboring star systems, already rife with rival civilizations, and begin a series of strategic attacks, each one designed to strike fear into the hearts of every species in the galaxy. Their objective is simple: to use the weapon's devastating power to obliterate any opposition, ensuring that no one dares to challenge their rule. No fleet will be strong enough, no planet will be safe, and no civilization will be able to stand in their way once they unleash the full power of the perfect weapon. The weapon is deployed strategically, with targeted strikes designed to wipe out entire cities, destroy key military outposts, and dismantle any resistance before it even has a chance to organize. As their victories mount, the alien species grows more brazen in their approach, determined to impose their will on the galaxy with the confidence that no one can stop them. The aliens also begin to intimidate less developed civilizations, threatening them with the weapon to force submission without the need for further conflict. They broadcast the weapon's destructive power, showcasing its ability to decimate whole planets, sending ripples of fear and submission throughout the galaxy. In their eyes, this weapon is not just a tool of war, it's a means of total domination. As the alien species moves from one star system to the next, their belief in the weapon's invincibility solidifies. They see this campaign as the beginning of a new era, one where they will no longer be challenged or resisted. The galaxy will bow to them, and they will dictate the course of interstellar politics, economy, and power. The aliens' perception of themselves as galactic overlords is no longer a distant dream, it is a reality within their grasp. They believe they are at the threshold of creating an era of endless control. In the midst of the alien species' campaign for galactic dominance, an unexpected twist occurs, one that shakes their entire plan to its core. A seemingly ordinary human, a member of the resistance movement, or a covert operative, manages to infiltrate the heart of the alien stronghold, where the perfect weapon is kept. This human is no stranger to dangerous missions, but even they never imagined they would find themselves in such a high-stakes scenario. The alien species, whose advanced technology and defenses are meant to keep out even the most skilled infiltrators, have grossly underestimated the determination and resourcefulness of this single human. With a combination of stealth, ingenuity, and cutting-edge human technology, the human manages to bypass the seemingly impenetrable alien security systems and break into the facility where the weapon is housed. Despite the alien force's vigilance and the complex security measures surrounding the weapon, biometric scans, energy shields, traps, and even surveillance systems, the human evades detection and reaches the weapon's core. With incredible precision, they disable the system's fail-safes and steal the weapon, slipping away before anyone realizes what has happened. In the process, the human leaves no trace, no evidence of their identity, and most importantly, No sign that the weapon was ever taken. The alien species, believing their weapon to be secure, are left in utter disbelief. Not only has their perfect weapon been stolen by a single human, but they also realize that the weapon is now in the hands of an enemy who could shift the balance of power in the galaxy. What was once considered an unbeatable force has now fallen into the wrong hands, and the aliens have no idea where the human has taken it, or what they intend to do with such a dangerous tool. The theft of the weapon sends shockwaves throughout the alien empire. This is not just a breach of security, it is an unthinkable act that has humiliated their race. A species that had viewed itself as invincible and supreme now finds itself in a position of vulnerability, unsure of whether the perfect weapon will be used against them or to create an entirely new threat to their power. The alien leaders are forced to reckon with a new reality. Not only have they lost control of their greatest asset, but they are now dealing with a human capable of outsmarting and outmaneuvering them. The question now looms over their heads: who is this human, and how will they use the weapon they have stolen? The alien species' pride has been shattered, and they are now on high alert, realizing that they must track down the human thief before the weapon can be used to undo everything they've worked for. The alien species is thrown into chaos after the theft of their perfect weapon. The weapon, which was designed to give them absolute control over the galaxy, is now in the hands of humanity, a species they had once considered insignificant and weak. The alien leadership is left scrambling, their sense of invulnerability shattered. The weapon, capable of wiping out entire planets, is now unaccounted for, and the aliens have no idea where it's gone or who exactly is responsible for its theft. The alien leaders are furious, blaming their security failures and their misjudgment of humanity. The loss of the weapon is not just a matter of pride, it represents a serious threat to their galactic ambitions. The weapon was supposed to be the final piece in their plan to dominate the galaxy, and now it is potentially in the hands of an enemy who is capable of taking down their empire. The aliens immediately launch an all-out search for the human thief, deploying their vast resources, intelligence networks, and military forces to track down and recover the stolen weapon. Meanwhile, the human thief, now a fugitive with the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy, finds themselves in a race against time. They know that the weapon is not just a tool of destruction, but a powerful bargaining chip that could tip the balance of power in the galaxy. Every move they make is fraught with danger, as alien forces hunt them down relentlessly. Despite the odds stacked against them, the human remains calm and focused, determined to use the weapon for good, or at the very least, to ensure it does not fall back into the alien hands. As the alien species intensifies their pursuit, the human begins to realize the full weight of the weapon's destructive power. They struggle with the moral dilemma of whether to use such a dangerous force to fight back against the aliens or to destroy the weapon to prevent its misuse. The human knows that whatever they decide will not only shape their future but could alter the future of the entire galaxy. In this phase of the story, the human's courage and resolve shine through. Despite being hunted by one of the most powerful races in the galaxy, the human is determined not to let fear control them. They move carefully and methodically, always staying one step ahead of the alien forces. They find allies along the way, individuals and factions who are willing to stand with them in their fight against the alien empire. These new alliances reveal that even in the darkest times, humanity's ability to connect and inspire others can be its greatest weapon. Meanwhile, the alien race grows increasingly desperate and frustrated, realizing that the human is proving to be far more resourceful and unpredictable than they ever imagined. Their confidence is eroding with every failed attempt to capture the human thief, and they begin to understand that underestimating humanity was their greatest mistake. The aftershock of the weapon's theft is felt throughout the galaxy. The aliens' once absolute control is now in jeopardy, and the human resistance begins to take notice. Humanity has not only stolen the weapon, they've shown that they can outsmart and outmaneuver even the most advanced species in the galaxy. This event marks a turning point in the battle for freedom against the alien empire, as humanity now holds the key to either destroying the aliens' reign or using the weapon to reshape the galaxy's fate. The alien fury is met by the human courage, and the stage is set for a showdown that will decide the future of the galaxy. As the alien species intensifies its search for the stolen weapon, the human thief faces an increasingly difficult struggle for survival. The galaxy is now on high alert, and the alien forces deploy their most elite operatives, military units, and high-tech surveillance systems to track down the human and recover the weapon at any cost. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, the human finds themselves caught in a game of cat and mouse with one of the most powerful and technologically advanced species in existence. The human, now fully aware of the weapon's potential for unimaginable destruction, must decide how to use it. Every move they make is fraught with danger, as the alien empire hunts them relentlessly. However, the human is no stranger to high-stakes situations and begins to navigate the galaxy with a combination of resourcefulness, stealth, and strategic alliances. With the weapon in their possession, the human knows that they hold the key to either ending the alien empire's reign or unleashing a force that could reshape the galaxy forever. The human must wrestle with their growing responsibility, not only to ensure the weapon doesn't fall back into the hands of the aliens but also to figure out how to use it. The weapon is so powerful that even the slightest miscalculation could result in catastrophic consequences for all of galactic civilization. Along the way, the human begins to gather a coalition of resistant forces, factions, and independent civilizations who, like the human, have been oppressed by the alien species for years. As news of the weapon's theft spreads across the galaxy, the resistance movement begins to gain momentum. Non-human civilizations, once too afraid to fight the alien empire, now see a chance for liberation and join the cause, eager to stand against the invaders who have controlled them for so long. But while the human is gaining support, the alien empire is not standing idle. The alien leaders, fueled by anger, pride, and their desire to maintain control, send waves of their most advanced forces after the human. Every time the human outwits them, the aliens escalate their efforts, utilizing their advanced technology and military tactics to close in on the thief. With each close call, the human's resolve is strengthened, but the stakes continue to rise. The conflict is not just a physical battle, it's a battle of wits and strategy. The human must use their superior intellect, stealth, and guile to stay one step ahead of the alien forces, while also dealing with the weight of carrying a weapon so dangerous that it could destroy everything if mishandled. Every choice they make could alter the course of history, and the human must decide whether to use the weapon for offensive action, to defend against alien retaliation, or even to destroy it completely to ensure it can never be misused again. As the alien forces grow more determined and the human resistance becomes bolder, the struggle for control intensifies. The battle lines are drawn. The human race is no longer just trying to survive, but fighting to reclaim their freedom from the oppressive alien empire. With the weapon in their hands, the human has become a symbol of hope for countless oppressed species across the galaxy, and their fight for control is becoming a galactic struggle with far-reaching consequences. The time for evasion is over. As the alien empire closes in, the human, with the perfect weapon in hand, must face the ultimate decision: how to wield the unimaginable power they've stolen. The alien forces, now desperate and furious, launch a final all-out assault, converging on the humans' location with their most advanced technology, elite troops, and brutal strategies. The humans' every move is now shadowed by the looming threat of the aliens' overwhelming force, and there is no place left to hide. With nowhere to run, the human finds themselves at a crossroads, forced to choose the fate of the galaxy. The weapon, capable of destroying entire planets, has already caused unimaginable damage in the wrong hands. But in the human's hands, it could either be used to topple the alien empire or destroy everything the human race has fought for. The weight of this decision becomes almost too great to bear. The power to destroy the alien empire is now within reach, but the risk of using it is catastrophic. On one hand, the human could use the weapon to destroy the alien invaders once and for all. The galaxy would be freed from their oppressive reign, and other civilizations could finally have the chance to thrive. But in doing so, the human risks becoming the very thing they have fought against, a tyrant with the power to wipe out entire systems at will. If the weapon were used, it would leave a mark on humanity's soul, potentially forever changing the course of their future. On the other hand, the human could choose to destroy the weapon, ensuring that no one, alien or human, could ever misuse its power again. The problem with this option is that it denies humanity the chance to leverage the weapon as a bargaining chip in the fight against the aliens. It also means sacrificing the opportunity to free the galaxy from the alien empire's grip. If the weapon is destroyed, humanity loses its greatest advantage in this fight for survival. As the final confrontation looms, the human is faced with a decision that could change the future of the galaxy. Do they use the weapon to destroy the alien oppressors, or do they sacrifice the weapon to preserve humanity's moral integrity, even at the cost of their victory? The human's choice will ultimately determine the fate of not just their own species, but the fate of the entire galaxy. In the final moments of the confrontation, the human comes to a realization: the true power lies not in the weapon itself, but in humanity's ability to choose. The alien species, with all their advanced technology and superior tactics, never understood that the human spirit is capable of making the most difficult decisions and, when pressed, making them for the greater good. As the human stands on the precipice of history, they realize that the path they choose will define what humanity becomes, not just in the eyes of the galaxy, but in their own hearts. The final confrontation becomes a battle not only for control but for the soul of humanity, a test of whether humanity will choose power at the cost of their values or sacrifice for the chance of a better future. The decision is made. In the face of alien oppression and the ultimate power of the weapon in their hands, the human makes the unthinkable choice: to destroy the weapon rather than risk becoming like the very oppressors they've fought against. In a final act of selflessness, they neutralize the weapon, ensuring that its destructive force can no longer be wielded by anyone, including themselves. The alien species, who have long believed in their technological superiority and galactic control, are left in complete shock. Not only have they failed to reclaim their weapon, but the human spirit has proven to be their greatest adversary, a force they never anticipated. The weapon's destruction marks a turning point, not only in this battle but in the galaxy's balance of power. In the immediate aftermath, the alien empire's confidence begins to crack. The realization that their most powerful asset has been destroyed by a single human undermines their entire sense of superiority. The galaxy has witnessed humanity's resilience, their ability to make difficult decisions under the most intense pressure, and their moral strength. The weapon, though gone, has left behind something far more powerful: the belief that humanity will never be easily defeated. The aliens, once certain that they were the masters of the universe, now find themselves questioning their entire strategy. They had undervalued humanity, seeing them as a primitive and fragile species, only to discover that humans possess a strength that transcends their technology. The weapon, which was supposed to be the key to their control, is now gone, and with it, their confidence in their ability to subjugate Earth and its people. But the alien empire is not defeated yet. They launch one final, desperate attempt to crush humanity's growing resistance. But by this point, the galaxy is changing. The human race, having united under the pressure of their greatest test, has shown that they are capable of more than just surviving. They are capable of rising above the challenges they face, turning the tide of the battle in their favor. As the human resistance begins to grow stronger, the alien forces realize they can no longer simply rely on their superior technology to win. They must now face humanity as equals, and this shift in power is something the aliens were never prepared for. The galaxy begins to recognize that humanity, with all its strength and resourcefulness, is a force that cannot be ignored. The reversal of power is complete. The human race, once seen as a weak and insignificant species, has now emerged as a major force in galactic politics. They have not only defeated the alien species' most powerful weapon but have proven that they are capable of reshaping the future of the galaxy. What began as a struggle for survival has transformed into a fight for liberation, and humanity's triumph is now the rallying cry for countless other species oppressed by the alien empire. As the alien species retreats, humiliated and broken, the human race stands poised to lead the galaxy into a new era, one in which unity, resilience, and morality define the balance of power. Humanity has shown that, despite all odds, they are not just survivors, they are the architects of their own future. The galaxy is no longer under the shadow of the alien empire. Instead, it is humanity's time to rise, to lead, and to shape the stars in their image.